Yeah, Cigna's not going to be working with them. So Sandy, again, the Sandy person, she's, a lot of people who are on TRS that are Medicare eligible and doing the supplements through TRS are calling her, and she's getting them supplemental policies. So that's a big problem. But, you know, just the thing to note that the retirees are, you know, driving the cost for the current active employees.
So the current employees
are paying
for them.
Right, right.
Can I ask a question? How does the numbers differ on the support staff versus the teachers? Because you have
Right, we've never looked at that as far as, you know, the group as a whole is not that big. So 600 people is not actually, it's not credible for its experience. And so it's you could have a good year, they could have a bad year, and then up and down. That's why we have what I talked about, those cooperatives, where there's a bunch of schools that band together, you know. And what happens is someone will have a really bad year and someone will have a good year. On an overall basis, you're probably very similar, I would think. You know, it's going to depend on your age, sex, demographic, and what your claims are. But typically, we don't look at that because
where he's at, he's doing different type. Right, it's more physical.
Yeah.
But I think you raises a great point, because the support staff and the teachers are double in size, and they're bound by a contract, where the support staff isn't.
Okay.
So I think I understand where you're coming from. Is it, you know, support staff that is driving the cost of the teachers, but the teachers are double in size?
Are you talking about the retiree support staff?
No, just
in general.
Just in general.
Yeah, it's going to vary because there's small groups, and it would vary on an annual basis depending on who's sick and who's not.
Other school districts that have teachers and support staff that are bound by actual contracts, they have to break it up that way because they're fighting for themselves. They're saying, you know what, teacher's contract, here's what we're going to do.
And have you found there's a difference in the
Oh, absolutely.
I don't have
Absolutely. And it's funny because it's whether there's newer staff, younger staff. I mean, you see a total difference in whether the costs.
Well, but the younger staff does help the older staff, and then again, the younger staff has claims too. So a younger staff member, female, could have a premature child, and that could cost as much or more than an older employee that has cancer or heart attack. So that's why we don't segment the population, because it's just going to depend on an annual basis who's sick and who's healthy. I don't have any districts that do anything different as far as the two groups. What they might do is something more to what you're doing, is charging less money for lower paid employees. But generally, I have not provided it, no.
You don't have any districts that have a teacher's benefit plan and a support staff benefit plan?
I've been doing this a long time. I haven't had that experience yet.
Okay, two questions for Kathy. The support staff retirees, do they have an option like the teachers to get district coverage once they retire for healthcare?
Right.
They do.
They still follow the contract, even though they're not on the teacher's contract. They follow the rules. Whatever the teachers get, support staff gets, or should get.
Okay, second question, before that, you have a teacher and their spouse turns 65. Do they automatically get thrown off the policy because they're 65, or can they continue on?
The teacher, I mean, if the teacher's
Okay,
working and
right,
they're
the teacher's working and they have a...
Any staff member, you can be 65, work, you can still take the district.
You have to. By law, Medicare would not allow you to not cover them.
What I'm saying is the spouse that...
It's a choice. Yeah.
Yeah, but normally